Well, today is November 27, 2018, and it's my birthday. I'm not doing much. I'm just chilling. There's not really much I can do based on the situation and the discrimination that has been going on for the past so many years. It has been over a decade, almost 2 decades now, but it actually started, long before then. But anyways, long story short, I really appreciate all the happy birthdays and all of that. But please do not wish me no many more. Please don't. For real. It would be a blessing. I know many people, you may not get it or you might not understand. But it would be a blessing not to be here. So please, don't wish me no more birthdays here. Please, don't. Now, in saying that, many of you, it is pointless anyway to wish a happy birthday. Yes, my hair is looking crazy because I was injured. My right arm is messed up, so I cannot do my hair or nothing. So it's just, normal things that happen like that. That was from the attack with the security here, where the police falsified the records about the attack, which I had showed to you, the public. Now, in saying that, that's something that's been going on for years. So, you're definitely not under any impression that I have any involvement with assisting the police with anything. You definitely know that. So, in saying that, it's no point, and I don't really like the pretending thing. People want to get on here and they want to pretend because they think that they poking at you. You're not poking at me at all. So let me explain to you how it actually works. See, what happens is this is not new. This is not something that's just happened to me. This has been going on for a while. Many of the times when this happens, these are the people that you see in the streets or walking around and their mind has slipped because um the reality that they have to face is too much for them. I choose not to be one of those people, so no, I'm not going to go that way. And saying that because I deal with the council members, which is your legislation branch, because I deal with them, people assume and think that this is because the government is going to protect me. No, the legislative branch, which is your council members, understand and know all of this is going on, and there's nothing they can do, and they're lawmakers. Your executive branch, which is your Department of Justice and the other law enforcement branches that are up under them, was involved in a premeditated rape of the children, federal. So that goes across the board in the DMV, and we know all throughout America and every damn where else. But that goes out throughout the board in the DMV. Then you have your judicial branch, which is the Commonwealth of Virginia courts, which they use, and you also have the District of Columbia courts, which they use. So that's all three of your branches of the government. Don't ever say I didn't give you anything. Those are all three of your branches of the government that has had to be used to be able to commit these type of crimes and to commit them to such a high extent, as well as the branches under them and the branches that the public deal with, which is your DSS, your public police, and so on. So, and say that again, people, you know, like I said, I am a very forgiving person and I can forgive everything. Nothing really sticks like that, but things like this. Um, you know, and because we have become so weak as cowards, what we have done is we start to we start to target our children. And the reason why we're doing this is because the dysfunctional norms have become okay thing. They're very, very acceptable. Okay, so in many situations like this, coming up in dysfunction, there's a controller, and the controller needs to have control. And to control, you have to use abuse and dysfunction to do so. Okay, so when you've been abused and you've been through dysfunction all of your life, and that's all you remember from the time you were born, many of the times we become a product of our environment. This is where you see the young kids out here killing each other, strung out on drugs, doing all types of things where you think the children are just crazy, but they have been targeted at such an early childhood stage that psychologically um, is damn near impossible unless you invest a lot in them um, to bring them out of that. That's why so few make it out. Um, but by the grace and mercy of God, some do. So in saying that and being understanding and being aware of the environment and the situations that they continue to push us in, they're not going to do the right things. You know, it took 6 months to get a call um, about the registry, um, and I've been talking to those people for God knows how long. So, in saying that, how they feel, how the government feels is that regardless of how they use their resources to attack or commit crimes against the citizens, we're obligated to them. I came in this from the beginning telling you that I choose not to be a slave. Therefore, I've endured a lot of shit, a lot. So, and saying that, at this point, I'm very, very calm. I've reached out to several organizations in DC and other areas, and none have been able to help. Many of the black organizations are funded from the government 501c, which means they have government money, so the government controls the organizations. They will not be able to assist and do the things that they need to do in the communities, is why, building black in your communities is very valuable. Again, so many people won't get it or they won't understand, but the only concern here now is to make sure that I take care of what I need to take care of legally to protect my son when this is all said and done. The goal is not for me to try to save or worry about my life. That's a small, small sacrifice for um, for the kids. It's really no other way to look at it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it makes no sense. So, all of these people, they're so worried about the children and all of this kind of stuff. But these will be the same people that's targeting and harming um, our children. So, in saying that, it's on a much grander scale than myself. So, me, instead of me going through all the bullshit, at the end of this is where I want to be calm. I think it's a family trait. Everybody that I know that passed away in my family, they always calm in the end. I we don't really go through anything, so I'm calm, I'm chill, and most of the shit that's going on, even though I'm irritated, it irritates me here and there. I really just brush it off and do what I can do. Spend time with my son. My son is aware that I won't be here when he grows up. He understands this. I came in this understanding what was going on and knowing to the full extent. So finally yesterday, I get the call after 6 months, talking to some government idiot who wants to convince me that what the fuck they got going on is more valuable than me protecting my son's life. You know what I'm saying? Which makes no fucking sense at all. That's like me calling you right now telling you, to come over here so I could kill you, and you just driving your car over here, telling yourself that it's that's not what's happening to yourself. Like, that's bullshit. You got to be like all the way mentally retarded. So no, that's not going to happen. So what they'll do is they'll send their federal agents like they did in December 13th of 2012. And it took long time, you know what I'm saying, for them to finally send them, because I can't, damn sure can't find them nowhere. But, it is what it is. But anyways, the real thing is that when I'm not here, it's for my son to be protected. But not only that, for blacks to understand, I know you was expecting to get something out of what you was doing as far as me, but I don't carry those type of feelings for any people. I am a very logical person. So in saying that, this is what I mean. Based on the things that you say and do, I can understand mentally where you're at. Psychologically, I can I can read people very well. So I already understand that you're very, very sick mentally. And I also understand that you don't like yourself, because there's only there's only one or two ways to be. Either you love yourself and you're going to have high standards and you're going to be those people that's about things in life, and you'll be those people who overcome things the right way, and all of that, you know what I'm saying? Because you can heal from things, you can forgive, you can do all of those things because you have a good set of values and morals and standards and boundaries, you know what I'm saying? So you can continue, no matter if you fall short or not, you'll be able to raise up and overcome. Okay, and then you have the other people who were broken and they're not able to heal, and they're stuck in that. So the reality of who they are and the delusion that they tell themselves is two different things. This is how you develop that narcissistic personality, to tell yourself you're not who you really are, and you base this on the image, the things you do, and the facade you uphold with people, and all of this type of things. That the image is what keeps you on the forefront, surviving. Beneath that, personally, you're messed up, you're sick, you know what I'm saying? You're hurt, you're broken. So the things you do is going to depict that. That's what you give to your family. That's what you give to your friends. That's what you give to your community, and that's what you give to society. Whether you do it low key and it's not seen and you're able to get away with it, doesn't change the fact of what's really happening. Okay, but the thing is about life is that we don't get to run from ourselves. So in saying that, this is why I always tell you that the joke is on you, because I understand exactly where you're at there. And coming from that, the joke is really on you, because you'll never be anything and you'll never go nowhere with that. No matter what level you get on, you're going to always be miserable, because hatred has no bounds, and that's what it is. But we don't know anything in our own ignorance. That's how we fall victim in our own ignorance, okay? So many of you, you come out on your little social media trying to shoot jabs, trying to say little things, trying to be indirect. You're not hurting me. If you look at my background, and you see and you look at my life and all the things I've been through, many of you who are coming for me haven't been through 1/3 of what I've been through, and you don't have 1/3 to show of what I have to show in my life for what I've done, in spite of what I've been through. So there's no way insulting me there, because regardless of where I fell in life, I fell as a child, as a teenager, which means it had to come along before that. You understand? So understanding that I was the way I was based on how I came up, there's nothing to hold on to there, because you can heal from that, because you can understand the dynamics of dysfunction and what goes on. Okay? So in saying that, you can never pretend to not know who you really are. Okay? Even if you front for other people. This is why a lot of people will be like, oh, well, they have this, they have that. How can they not be happy? Um, the things that we use to validate us is not what really makes us happy. So 9 times out of 10, you hear a lot of the most motivational speakers telling you this thing. People use this in religion, to get people to do things the way they want or what they want to do, or to get them to believe in all kind of crazy stuff. But it's also used in religion, um, to help you overcome if it's not manipulated. Okay, so in saying that, people, I know, you're sending all of these birthday wishes, but I really, 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 really want you to save and use those birthday wishes in loving self. In loving self, you'll be able to give more to your families, more to your kids, and more to your communities, and more to society. You understand? And loving and caring about yourself, you can give that. We cannot give what we don't have. Okay? And many of us, although we hold up the facade based on what we have, that's who we are. It's not who I am. Not based on what I have, tangible things. Who I am is based on my character and the person that I am. Okay? And none of that relies on you, or the things that you think, or the things that you say, or the things that you do. If they did, I would never be able to be where I'm at today as a person, because there's never the opposite that's harming you. As children coming from Black communities, we remember our own people as our greatest threat. The people we trust, where we're supposed to be secure, will be the people that violate and destroy our innocence. So in saying that, as we grow up in that, we hate our own people. We hate ourselves, because we see ourselves as that same empty thing that was given to us. It's passed on generation to generation. So if you wonder why it gets worse and worse, this is why that broken child, girl or boy, has not healed. So it shows up every day, as a teenager, in your young adult life, in middle age, and old age, until you leave the world. Okay, so many of you may think somewhere in your little minds that I ever would would need you to validate me, and that's not the case. Okay. So as I said before, my only goal is when this is all over is that my son is good. But if you want to wish me a happy birthday, start by loving yourself. In doing so, you can give a lot more to your families, to your children, and to your kids. You know what I'm saying? When I say your kids, that means the community. Because the better you do, the more you can do in life that'll really hold something that'll really carry on that's too big for hatred now. A lot of you are very nonviolent. But as this thing gets worse and this hatred increases, as you can see, it's out in the open. Being nonviolent will not be an option unless you're just gonna lay down and die. You're not gonna have that choice. You understand? So in these situations like this, when you're attacked like this and it's on such a grand scale, they expect you to depend on the black community to assist you. And in many cases, the black community don't. But when you die, they'll be walking around protesting and talking about all the things and the injustices that the government done. But that's because these organizations are under the government. So when the government was actually doing it to these people while they was living, they're not in a position to assist them or help them. So they cannot do nothing until they're dead. Then they'll walk around protesting about them, talking about justice for somebody whose life is already gone based on injustice, which makes no sense at all. But hey, whatever floats your boat, knock yourself out. I'm not against you, doing your thing. And saying that, that I support my people as far as what they do. And black people in your communities, kings and queens, you're gonna have to stand up. You're gonna have to do what you have to do for your own. It's not going to come from nowhere else. A lot of the people who are in this fight and they're in it for real to really see change, although to those that are stuck, lost, or in denial, it seems harsh. But reality is harsh when you face the truth, and that's the truth that you're going to have to face. As far as me, I really sincerely, as far as birthday wishes, if you really sincerely 100% mean any good to me and you want to wish me a happy birthday, take that love and give it to somebody that you can help every day. You know, whenever you think of celebrate me, celebrate that. Other than that, you know what I'm saying? Please don't wish me another year here. God, that's horrible. I'm not even joking. So, in saying that, people, love yourself. And doing that, you can do a lot more for your communities. It's a sick, sad thing to see so many sick, broken, and twisted and messed up black people. And what's even worse is to see that after so long, we have little knowledge or any type of common sense, anything. So we've definitely been kicked way back somewhere. But in saying that, people, you know, just because I'm not screaming and jumping up and down, going through no whole bunch of changes, doesn't make it so. I'm very, very, it's usually who I am. Chill. I ain't know nothing. I ain't doing nothing. Just it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I cry and shed a lot of tears for my kids, and that's all children, especially those that I had the blessing of knowing and loving and caring for. You understand? So I shed a lot of tears for them. But outside of that, nah. I just look at it, I take it for exactly what it is. It's a sick ass world with a bunch of sick ass people, and they're gonna do sick ass things. That's it. I'm not going entertain nothing else. So no, I'm not going to even waste my time. Like I said, I came in this understanding that they used all three branches of the government. You know what I'm saying? They falsified charges there. They falsified predator charges here with Will Henderson. And that was the dude, Martin Friend, who was the people that was plotting on killing me for molesting my child, Shania Michelle Hill, and going to prison, which I know nothing about. But hey, sometimes shit goes like that. Shit, I don't even know about most of the shit I done been going through in life. So, I mean, hey, what's new? Anyways, in saying that, people, love yourself. Do that. That's the best birthday wish. You want to wish me a happy birthday? Please contact somebody else that you know going through something, or they down and out, or they need help and there's some way you can help them. Help them. That's the best birthday gift that you can give me. Other than that, you know what I'm saying. Please don't wish me no nothing. God, don't. I don't even ask God for that. Lord knows I don't. So, in saying that, don't, people. This has been a long year. I'm so over it. Seriously. Seriously. I don't even know. That's how bad it is. Okay. So, I gotta go to a few meetings and stuff this week. And I gotta, I'll be down there. You know, McDuffie got some nice, people that work in his office. But again, the council members, although they're the legislative branch, it's the laws don't mean shit. It's something that somebody put on paper and got a group of people and put them in positions and told some people that they released from slaves that these were laws and these are things that you follow, and that this is something to assist in society when it's not. It's something to enslave black people. So while we're being oppressed and segregated and being targeted, I'm not even not getting it. You know what I'm saying? My son has been denied disability services, treatment. Um, you know, he's been denied insurance. He's been denied education. He's been targeted. Everything. You know, the molestation. You know, what the kids went through with the soliciting and all that. You know, that the Commonwealth of Virginia covered up. Their courts, federal and local agencies assisted, including the Department of Human Services. So, people, this is not something that I'm not fully aware of, unlike many of you who may fear. I don't know what you fear. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? My whole thing is before I leave here is that my son is protected and that he doesn't fall victim to that same shit or be pushed back with those same people. Other than that, um, you know, it's just trying to get a message to my people and hope that, you know, they learn to stand up. I mean, you can't sit on the sidelines and be weak. You gotta have a backbone. You gotta be willing to stand up in your communities and do the right thing. You got to. That's the only way. And until, you know, there's self-love, there's nothing. So when you see that hashtag, self love first, then stop self-hatred, stop racism. You can't fight against hatred, hating yourself. Let me say that one more time, because I know you missed it. You cannot fight against hatred, hating yourself. It's not possible. You can't fight against something that is so dark and evil, and you hate yourself, and you hate your own people. You're weak in spirit, mind, and physically. Although you may not think those are valuable things, it is very valuable. You need to know who you are. You need to forgive yourself for whatever you have done. You have to heal. Not pretending, not facades. Seriously, sincerely heal. And healing, then you are a benefit and an asset to your family, to your community, and to society. Broken, you are a liability to your family, to community, to society. So, yes, you will have people who are enraged and they feel like you just go out here and kill up a bunch of people and that won't make no difference. All you're doing is feeding hatred with hatred. But standing for something and fighting for something and lives are lost, you're fighting for something. It's war. So you gotta figure out who you following and where you're going. You can't follow the right right way or lead the right way if you're broken and you're full of hate. You're the very thing that you're fighting against, no matter what you tell yourself. That is the reason of fighting against the anger and rage, not responding in anger and rage. So I vented it out. Whatever it would take, that's what it has to take. Because there'll come a time and a place where it'll be time to go to war. And it won't be with invalid lives. Poor black lives are invalid. So killing your own people is really stupid. Change anything, it doesn't help anything. And the more we choose not to want to take heed and take note and do better, it's going to continue to get worse for us. So in saying that, you know, I wish you me a happy birthday. Please show love to somebody else. And by doing that, first start with self. It's very, very valuable, you know. Enjoy y'all day. God bless and take care.